This second graph shows a dose-response curve comparing an agonist alone to an agonist in the presence of a noncompetitive antagonist. Y-axis, percent of maximum effect. X-axis, agonist dose. Key observations. 1. Black curve, agonist alone. As agonist dose increases, the response increases and eventually plateaus at 100%. This is the normal full response of a drug with full efficacy. 2. Orange curve, agonist plus noncompetitive antagonist. The curve does not reach the same maximum response, even with increasing doses of the agonist. This indicates reduced efficacy because the noncompetitive antagonist prevents full activation of the receptor. The EC50 may or may not be affected, but the key feature is loss of maximum effect. Conclusion: noncompetitive antagonists bind either irreversibly to the active site or to an allosteric site. They reduce efficacy, meaning no matter how much agonist you add, full effect cannot be achieved. USMLE Question 1. A researcher is testing a drug that binds irreversibly to a receptor and prevents the normal agonist from achieving its maximum response, regardless of the dose. Which of the following best describes the type of antagonism involved? A. Competitive antagonism. B. Non-competitive antagonism. C. Partial agonism. D. Physiologic antagonism. E. Inverse agonism. B. Non-competitive antagonism. Explanation: non-competitive antagonists decrease the efficacy of the agonist, as shown by a lower maximal effect that cannot be overcome by increasing the agonist dose. This is typically due to irreversible binding or allosteric effects. Why not the others? A. Competitive antagonism shifts the curve right, reduces potency, but does not lower efficacy. C. A partial agonist gives a lower response by itself, but does not block the effect of a full agonist. D. Physiologic antagonists act at different receptors, not by receptor blocking. E. Inverse agonists reduce basal activity, but don't simply block agonist response. USMLE Question 2. A new drug is administered with an agonist and is found to reduce the maximal response of the agonist even at high doses without significantly shifting the EC50. What is the most likely effect of this drug? A. Decreased potency. B. Increased efficacy. C. Decreased efficacy. D. Increased potency. E. No change in efficacy or potency. Correct answer, C. Decreased efficacy. Explanation: a decrease in maximum effect efficacy that cannot be overcome by increasing the agonist dose indicates non-competitive antagonism. The EC50 may remain similar, but the drug prevents full receptor activation. Why not the others? A. Decreased potency would shift the curve right, but efficacy would remain unchanged. B. Efficacy is clearly reduced here. D. Potency is not increased. E. There is a change in efficacy, so this choice is incorrect.